So now we want to go. What's in here? So you made it, Aaron. Forgive me if I don't stand in your mere presence has almost given me a heart attack. Hello, Mother. Please sit down if you want to talk properly, Aaron. I don't want to crane my neck looking up at you. You don't need to make any phone calls right now. You glance over your shoulder to make sure your mother isn't looking. The red book says diary on the front. Take your mother's diary. Yeah. I suppose she writes about the difficulties in caring for someone, and with your sister's condition, how she wishes it would all end. Oh. You realise this could look quite incriminating out of context. You remove the last 2 pages from the diary and then place it back where it was. Again, a bell invites me. This time to dinner, it seems. Dinner is served. Sophia, could you come here a moment? Yes, ma'am. Pour me some more wine. Yes, ma'am. But, madam, oh, what is it, George? Must protest it has always been my duty to pour the wine at dinner. Oh, well, I don't want to cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being over pedantic. Pedantic? Do you know what that word means? Focusing on small things and small details. I'm smart. But I... Don't you think I've had enough, man? Careful, mother. If you drink much more, you might end up embarrassing yourself. Aaron! What a rude little rat you are. That's enough out of you. How dare you insult your mother? An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Yes, he is. Why couldn't you ever keep your mouth shut, boy? No, don't lose your temper, Father. Careful, Father. There's no need to make a scene at dinner. I'll show you a scene. Get over here. Malcolm, please, let's not permit his behaviour to ruin it. What a bunch of assholes! Yes, I suppose you're right. You can count your lucky stars, boy. Sophia, could you come here, please? I just wanted to say that it was the loveliest meal I've ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You are too kind, miss. Of course I will have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room as usual after dinner. Oh, you are so good to me, you sweet thing. I won't have any, thank you. I couldn't eat another bite. Well, you weren't offered any, so there. Please, Jennifer, let's all try and be civil. Anyway, let's not forget why we're here today, to celebrate your father's birthday, such a very important occasion for us all. You are so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it will be one to remember. Doing the deed. Now, it's time to quickly plant any items of evidence you have. To do so, simply enter the decide room and select the item in your inventory. When you are ready, enter the drawing room to do the deed. Right, so let's go to the sister's bedroom. Is it items? Yes, plant the item of evidence. You decide that your sister's wardrobe is the ideal location to plant some evidence. The police will definitely search this room thoroughly. I need to get in the kitchen now and place the poison, I think. That gives you some I see. Oh, so I've just got to plant the evidence and then go to the drawing room. see Jennifer staring out the window ahead of you, lost in one of her strange mood. She hasn't noticed you enter the drawing room. Now is the time. Poison. Oh, I used rat poison, so it takes her out. Poison. The silent weapon of an intelligent killer sprinkled over the cakes on the table could easily be mistaken as a frosting sugar. Having added a generous portion of your special topping to the cakes, you step back in the shadows and watch to make sure she eats them. Sure enough, she soon turns to the plate and devours two of them in quick succession. The poison works surprisingly quickly. She begins to choke, and her skin turns green. Finally, she falls to the ground in front of you. You examine her body to make sure she isn't breathing, before placing the container of poison on the desk. The deed is done. It's time to leave this room before someone discovers it. Haha, bitch! Let's go talk to Daddy. Did you hear that, sir? Scream. A dog? Good evening, everyone. I am Chief Inspector Winston Lewis. I understand that this is a difficult time for your family. You're damn right it is. I want to know what you're doing wasting time in here while my daughter's killer is still out there. Well, Mr. Rout, we have found no evidence of forced entry and nobody was seen entering or leaving the house. It would seem entirely possible then that the killer is in this room. What? No. That seems highly unlikely, Inspector. Perhaps it is. However, in order to follow protocol, I'll have to interview each of you in turn. Mrs. Bruce, would you like to meet me in the library first? I suppose so. The interview. Thank you for joining me here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Now that's out of the way. Let's move on to the interview. As you know, I've already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We've also completed our initial search of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First of all, we'll run through all of your activities since your arrival. The maid said that you and the butler arrived shortly after 7 o'clock and she greeted you at the door. The maid says that you made several lewd comments and advances towards her during your conversation. This leads me to question your character, I'm afraid. It was only intended as a harmless joke. In retrospect, it may have been appropriate. Yes, it is entirely impossible. It is entirely possible to misjudge these situations, isn't it? It's worth noting that the butler also commented on your inappropriate behaviour towards the maid. Later, you went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. Why did you decide to visit the kitchen? Isn't it? I was pursuing the maid. Why do you think? I want to see more of the maid. A lot more. I see. You'll forgive me for saying that seems rather lecherous. She claims that you attempted to sexually assault her in the kitchen. Wait a moment, it's not like that. I tried to rape the girl. I just wanted a harmless hug and a kiss. Well, your intentions were unwanted. You should have realised that. I know that you did not stop to chat with either of your parents when you arrived, which strikes me as particularly... I did. I just wondered what else you were doing, what was so important. Did you speak with your sister before dinner? Yes, I did. I see, and what did you discuss with her? We discussed her illness and intercessions. I was aware that she was going through a particularly difficult time. Did she seem distressed to you? Well, before we answer that question, I'm going to have to see you on the flip-flop.